Yeah, welcome back. I know how excited I sound right now. It's great. It's fucking wonderful. Okay, I'm actually gonna take a moment to dispel a few rumors, cause all y'all are filled with odious lies, and ain't nobody got time for that. All right? Did I hear? Guys, it was closed off because Eggman showed up there. Oh no. Wonderful. Why didn't he just fly away? Anyway, back to odious lies. I know what I have to do here. I have to save the kid in the fucking roof because the reader won't open the fucking door otherwise. Anyway, as I was trying to say, first of all, people have questioning the reason I'm doing this at all. Some have said I secretly like this game, which, ha! Wow! How wrong you are, and I can't walk over that. He gets stuck. Excellent. We'll just do this until I'm done explaining this. Alright, as I was trying to say, wow, Tails is having a seizure. God, the game cannot let me talk. There we go. Because too much stupid things is happening. Nor is it because I lost a bet or because I was bribed. I am doing this for free on my own time because, honestly, I feel like you guys kind of deserve it. And I'm not trying to punish you. The channel really only exists because you guys watch the videos. You know, I certainly wouldn't be making them if nobody liked them, and there's quite a few of you. I figured most of you would actually enjoy something like this. If I have to die a little inside for your entertainment, then, you know, give the people what they want. You know, it's not because I like the game, not because I lost a bet. It's simply because I thought it would be cool to do for you guys, because you guys have supported me this long, I can suffer a bit for your entertainment. You know, I've done that in the past, and no, this is not a sign that I'm going to re-review the game again. That is not happening, mostly because I have nothing left to say outside of this LP. It's not necessary. That I won't do. There's no reason to. My first review is... Sorry. Excuse me. My fourth review is fine, and is still fine. And it's going to stay fine for probably ever. I ain't worried about that. That's not happening. But I will let's play the game as long as you guys are enjoying this. One person, though, did question why I'm doing this instead of, oh, I don't know, working on all the reviews I owe people. And the second... And my response to that is, first of all, why'd you gotta be that guy? Serious question. Follow-up point is that I am still working on reviews. The thing you have to realize about Let's Plays in particular is that they don't really take much of my time at all, other than just playing the game. This is time I would otherwise not be using to do reviews anyway, because I typically do reviews in one straight shot when I get a break every 2 weeks from work. Because see, with my schedule, every other weekend I basically have time where I don't have anything else to do. That is, make a review time. So there's never a time where I'm not busy. During the week, I have maybe 3 or 4 hours after work before I have to go straight to bed so I can get up for work again in the morning. 3 or 4 hours is all it takes for me to play 20 minutes of this crap, edit, you know, sync up the audio and the video, which is like 5 minutes in fucking Vegas, render it, upload it, hit the upload button, then go straight to bed. Like, it's not like it takes that much time. It takes about as much effort to do this as it does to make the Q&As, or, well, no, it takes more effort to do Fanfic Nightmares. But my point is that this is not going to mean that I am going to be slower at putting out reviews. That is not a sacrifice that I'm going to make at all, because that is my top priority and has been when it comes to this channel. I thought you guys might like some extra content, you know, so here we are. Anyway, speaking of extra content, I got all that shit out of the way. Oh, by the way, I don't have to justify myself to you. I just want you to know that. What we have to do here is purchase the anti-gravity gem thingy to allow Sonic to slide. Because apparently, sliding is a very complex ability, only accomplished by the you know, ultimate Highlanders or whatever, or people who have 500 rings to spend. A couple of questions. First of all, I really didn't bring this up before, but I really must question Sonic's shoes on the basis that these aren't his regular shoes. What these are the shoes I got from the old man during the first challenge I did that allow him to use the gems that he buys from the shop. A few questions. First of all, why was that old guy working on these shoes to begin with? And why are they a shoe size that is so gigantic no single human on Earth could ever use them? Wow, thanks, camera. You know... they obviously weren't ever meant for a human being, so how was he testing them at any stage? Follow-up issue is that he made these shoes specifically to use those gems you buy from the shop. Alright, so were the gems available from the shop before the shoes were invented, and if so, who was buying them, and how were they being used without the shoes? Because are they only for Sonic? And again, if so, does the shop sell anything else for Sonic? Or anybody else? Does that guy only get money from Sonic? Is that, like, a thing he does at any point? Like, I don't really know what's going on, gonna be honest. Also, currency is rings, is it? And I know this is an issue with a lot of video games, but fuck it. So, the currency in this universe are things that you can pick up by wandering around outside. If that's the case, then how do they have any value? Because they're like grass or sticks, like you just go out and get them. I know they're shiny and golden, but gold only has inherent value because it's rare, not because it's actually, something you can get easily. That's the reason why value is attached to it. But in this universe, you can get rings anywhere. So how is there an economy, and how are rings worth anything? And you might be saying, aren't you thinking too much about this? And the answer is yes, but I'm trying to ignore what's going on in this game right now. Because, serious question, why in the fuck didn't Eggman just fly far away from the city to kidnap the princess and work on... Like, he doesn't... Okay, here's my thing. He does not need the rest of the city to unlock the secret of the Flame Successor. He just needs the princess. So, logically speaking, once he got the princess, and he did, what would make sense is to fly as far away as conceivably possible. Shit. Dude could go into fucking space for all I care. That would make way more sense. And then work the whole thing, over there. Like, you don't need to be stay in the area. In fact, that sort of defeats your plan entirely. Also, I'm fighting a giant dog called the Egg Cerberus that can't be a Cerberus because it doesn't have 3 heads. Therefore, I call into question, why is it called Cerberus? I know this is brought up many times before, but it bothers me every time I fucking see it. Anyway, the trick to this fight is that, Egg Cerberus over here actually takes more damage if you run him into the statues and not just the wall. So the best thing you could do is try to lead him into one of those statues. Which isn't too hard to do, as long as you understand he's not gonna, see, there you go. And that's half his health. If you hit both statues, this fight is easy as hell. Shadow's fight with the Egg Cerberus is a bit harder because there's no statues. So you have to run just the wall, so it takes 4 hits as opposed to 2. And by harder, of course, I mean more tedious, because this fight is not hard. None of the boss fights really are. They're basically just time wasters. Which is pretty depressing, because, I don't know, Sonic's always been alright with bosses. I mean, never outstanding? Well, some of them have been, but they haven't been bad. I'm trying to think of a boss in a Sonic game that was bad. The thing about it is, even, really bad Sonic games, like Sonic Blast, which I've, slammed before, that game actually had really good bosses. Believe it or not. That was actually one of the better things about that game, were the bosses. So even the Sonic games that are questionable, like even 3D Blast, I like people who don't like 3D Blast, I like 3D Blast, but some people don't. That game also, again, had pretty good boss fights. You're saying, well, Sonic R had good boss fights? Okay, Sonic R didn't have boss fights at all, so we can't bring that up. But my point is that even low-quality Sonic games prior to this point had decent bosses. This is the first time I can remember in a Sonic game where the bosses are just fucking garbage. And all of them are like this. The only decent one is Mephiles, only because it's visually appealing. Not because the fight itself is any good. Because it fucking ain't. Anyway, I am busily trying to run this stupid dog into the fucking wall. Being very difficult about that idea. Yeah, I'm gonna hit the wall, not the statue. I didn't want to waste any more time. If I had just run into the wall the first time, he would be dead by now. But, you know, I just like wasting time. It was my goal. I didn't even see what happened. For two reasons. One, I looked at the screen. I looked away from the screen, rather. So that was my fault. But for two, even if I had looked at the screen, I still would not have seen what the fuck was going on. So, I'm not sure whether I can really even say that that was my fault, because the fuck. Damn. Anyway, damn it! Motherfucker, just run into the fucking wall. Okay, then this fight will be over, and I can go do something else. I'm going to have to play the next fucking level. I'm sorry, I have to watch your brilliant death animation, because it takes so much memory to load that. Like, that is something... I mean, this is a lot of gigabytes right here. Yep, that was worth the time. I've also heard the point brought up that I'm, you know, kicking myself in the ass by playing the 360 version of this game and not the PS3 version, so the PS3 version is, and I quote, better. Which, lies! No, it ain't, because the argument is that the load times are better. First of all, they're not better enough for it to really mean anything. Eat a dick, game. But for two, the main issue with the PS3 version is that even though the load times are shorter by a bit, the game runs way worse. The latency and lag in the PS3 version is so cripplingly bad. Like, way fucking worse than the 360 version in that regard. And I will take longer load times as long as the game... Well, I almost said as long as the game functions, and it occurred to me this game does not function. But functions better than it would be doing on the other console of choice in this situation. That's what I'm trying to say. A lot of robots. How'd you get out here?
How long is this gonna go on?
Well, until he gets the princess back. Why? I brought up this point before, but I'll bring it up again now. That doesn't make any sense.
Be careful, Tails.
Because their target is the princess, not the fox. So logically they would ignore Tails and follow the one with the princess. Namely Sonic. Because they can see him. They're right there. So why would they... Even if Tails waved his arms and was like, bring out... They're fucking robots. Like, they're gonna go where they're designated to go. Their target designation is currently Princess Elise. And this is where she is going with Sonic. Not with Tails, with Sonic. So why in the fuck would any of them chase Tails? And the thing that kills me is that I am correct. Well, I know I was correct before, but if this is confirmed when we start playing the level and realize that, you know, we're being followed. They're right here. So, this entire thing is stupid. I love that. I love the tutorials, like, you have to combine your strength to walk over the sand. I would show you that the sand kills you without the shield, but I don't feel like dying again and wasting more of your time, and everyone fucking knows what the sand does. I still don't understand how there's, like, a giant fucking wall of quicksand right outside the city. Why would you ever come here? Follow-up question, who the fuck built the ruins if the sand is so lethal? I know some of the ruins are buried, so maybe the sand wasn't here at one point, but it's still a desert. They would have had to have been here at one point. Who would live here, and why? Follow-up issue, is it... So, okay. Why does the shield keep you from falling in the sand? Because, like, what's to stop the sand from, you know, going just around the shield and absorbing you that way? It's not like the shield, like... Why would that work that way? I don't... Okay, listen. You can't install a physics engine in a game and have something that directly defies laws of physics like immediately. It's just dumb. Like, how are these spike traps here if they sink in the sand? Because everything else does. And exactly what powers are we combining? Like, what powers does Elise have that she can, like, call on command? Because I know she has the Flames of Disaster within her, but she doesn't exactly know that. Nor does she have any power to control it. Which is kind of the issue with her having them to begin with. Like, so... What how does this magical thing function? Like, okay, we have a civilization here with magical mirrors everywhere that teleport you, with magical princesses, with magical fucking... I don't really understand... Really nothing makes sense what I'm trying to say. And I know you already knew that, but seriously. Anyway, I have a follow-up point. Notice how I had to work to actually get to the desert to begin with. Because the regent guy, whatever the fuck his name is, wouldn't let me through. Now, they knew Eggman was here. Thus, logically, you would assume that they would know their princess is here. So why would I have to work to get here if they knew that the princess was here and they want her back? The conclusion that one can draw is that they don't want their princess back. I am convinced of this. Because every time I do something new to save her, the Sound Citizens get in my way. Also, you will notice that nobody in town, whenever you talk to them, really seems to care that the princess is gone. This will become apparent as time goes on. And my whole thing is that they clearly just don't want her back. I can only assume then that Soliana is in fact a constitutional monarchy, much like the United Kingdom, where the royal family really serves more as figureheads than anything, and the country is actually run by a prime minister and a parliament. Therefore, you know, Elise here has no real power at all. You know, thus they don't care that she's gone. Because from my understanding, I have a really loose understanding of England as a whole, mostly because I'm fucking American. They don't really, British people watching, do you guys care that much about your royal family? Because, like, everyone I've ever talked to doesn't seem to give much of a shit. I'm sure some of y'all do. But they seem to be treated, the royal family seems to be, like, more like Hollywood celebrities these days than anything, and not so much, you know, any governmental meaning. I know the Queen has some power? Well, like, not enough to mean anything? I don't know. Why am I talking about this? This has nothing to do with what's happening. I got completely off track. This is the kind of stuff I'm thinking about. Because, what am I gonna say? That the sand sucks? You already fucking knew that! Ugh. Give me the fucking ring. Was it? No, it wasn't. Stop lying to me. I love how they told the plot before this game came out. Like, that was one of the big draws for Sonic fans, and the whole plot is about saving a goddamn princess. Like, it's literally, it is quite literally the most cliche thing you could have possibly done. And they're like, this is a great idea, and I'm like, this is the... Mario barely gets away with this anymore. Come on. I mean, at least saving Peach is like a tradition by this point, rather than anything else. Here, you're like, there's an original idea, let's save a princess. And I'm like, that's not original at all. You know what was original? A lot of the plot of Sonic Adventure 2. Shit, a lot of the plot of Sonic Adventure. This cinematic is unfinished. I am convinced of this. You can kind of tell. Things look a bit more plasticky. God, it really is a lot worse than the intro, isn't it? It looks fine. It really is nothing, actually. What? No, but seriously, there's nothing wrong with my arm. I don't even have a scratch. Where did you get that bandage? Why? Don't wag your finger at me. Hello, butterfly. Ugh. This game reads like a bad fanfiction that I read on Fanfic Nightmares! You just met her! Who says that? Come on! Well, yeah, that's what he said. Weren't you listening? So why do you worship him? Everything burns! Because you were fucking with him. Whose fault was that? Yours? Your dad's, actually. We'll find out more about that later.
And now that man is trying to cause the same disaster again.
Yeah, why is he doing that? Legitimate question. It seems like Eggman just keeps trying to awaken these ancient forms of destruction. God of Chaos, Ultimate Life Form, nice disaster. Like, dude, stop. Broke the world in half to unleash freaking Dark Gaia. Like, what is wrong with you? First of all, none of those plans ever work well because you can't control the thing you unleash. Second of all, the only thing, the closest planet came to this was Shadow. That's only because he wanted to blow up the planet, not because he was really listening to you.
Nothing starts until you take action.
That's cliche as fuck. Sorry, I'm not even paying attention to what's going on.
Then run.
Why run? Like, that's not gonna solve the problem. There's literally the exact opposite. You should face your problems. You should not run from them, Sonic. Stop giving bad advice. You're giving bad advice. Load screen, please be my reprieve from the pain this game has inflicted. Oh god, I forgot! God, go away!
Your actions will condemn us all.
Oh, sh
Who are you?
Who is the worst character ever?
For the future of the world, I will destroy you.
I am here to save the future! Come on, I had to say it. I was waiting for it. I was waiting for it to give me a fucking excuse. Ugh.
Time for you to disappear, Iblis Trigger.
For the future. Ugh. You know, Silver would be tolerable if it wasn't so fucking lame about everything. Like, yeah, I'm here. I'm gonna save the future. You're the Iblis Trigger. I have no evidence except the guy with no mouth told me so. But that's enough to go on for me. For the future. Now I gotta run. I gotta get if he fights a jerk and starts you off with no rings. See, the difference between me and every other LPer who does this is that I know what's gonna fucking happen. So I'm not dealing with no. There we go. That's what I want. Okay. Theoretically, I should be able to do this without getting caught. Which is my goal. And I don't feel like just doing this fight any longer than I have to. It's a really dumb boss fight. For those of you who don't know, if I get too close to him, he'll just grab me and throw me. So I have to wait for him to do another move and then attack him. Which has taken a lot of LPers a long time to figure out. It's not that difficult to work around. Like, I don't think anyone's really trying sometimes. Not that I'm complaining that I'm trying to say people suck at this game, because, like, oh, you're good at Sonic 06? Such a badass you are. Like, that means nothing. So, that is not what I'm saying at all. All I'm saying is that it's not that hard to figure out. Seriously? Man, go fuck yourself, game, okay? I don't care about my rank that much, but come on. I didn't get hit once. Eat a dick. Oh, goody. Does anyone care about those? Because I fucking don't. Oh, good. I can go play as Silver. How exciting. No, we're not doing that right now. The hell with that idea. Shit. You fucking crazy. I'm a glutton for punishment. I'm not fucking suicidal. Jesus Christ. Today, there you go.
Hey.
Shouldn't get too close to it. Yeah, there you go. It's no use! Damn. Must have had no rings.
Is this a joke? How could someone like you cause the destruction of our...
That's not what you were saying when I was beating your ass 2 minutes ago.
It doesn't matter. For the sake of the future, the Iblis Trigger must be destroyed.
I've heard people say that the Silver is just a Trunks ripoff, and I would argue against that on the basis that Trunks, is not lame. and, you know, likable. Basically nothing like this motherfucker. Who's here to save the future.
Get out of my way, Amy. This is my mission.
For the future!
Absolutely not.
Dramatic.
Thanks, Amy. I appreciate it.
You're kicking his ass before.
Leave it to me.
She's gonna let the schoolgirl take on the dangerous psychopath who is psychic and can throw shit. Like, you don't know that she's gonna be okay. Just leave her so you can go chase after the fucking princess again. Like, I'm just saying, like, clearly don't give a shit about Amy. Go after Elise. That's all I fucking do in this game. I wish I had something better to do. Like, kill badniks, or fight a nice boss, or stop the death egg, or really anything but what I'm doing right now. So, you know, a couple boss fights down and level down. I think that's a good place to stop again. Hope you're all enjoying this, because sure shit ain't. Oh god, till next time, this is Darkness. I bid you all a fond farewell.